Hi. Oh my God. Okay. I'm trying to type you guys a message. It's not working. Okay. Hey, everyone. It has been a minute. Hi. I look like I've been run through the ringer here, but that's okay. Real life. I just did a really big, deep clean of our closet, of our toy room. A personalized signed copy of Forever. I want to tell you guys something. Lots of things, actually. Hi. I haven't been live on YouTube for a long time. Not for any other reason other than it's just been, life has been kicking my booty lately. And I'm the first to admit when life is kicking my butt. I went to Florida last weekend for this event with Els for Autism, which was fantastic. And when I got back, I just couldn't get my bearings. I came back to just a little chaos with school and autism, and I wanted to get a chapter of my book approved, and we have this trunk or treat, and I just I couldn't. I wasn't doing well. I just was not doing well, and so when that happens, the first thing that I stop doing is live videos on the big page. I still do them to my subscribers just because it's a smaller, safer little group, but I just took a break from talking widely because I don't know, I was just struggling. I honestly, do you ever just get really overwhelmed by the state of your house? That's what it kind of felt like. It was like the laundry and the house was crumbling and the kids and hockey and but I'm doing better. I'm digging out. I just did a bunch of cleaning. I think, is there anything better than throwing away garbage bags of just crap from your house? Oh, I know I've shared before. My kids are like squirrels. They squirrel into everything. And so I don't know. Hey, Dorothy. I don't know if anyone has kids like this, but they'll this is going to sound so weird. They'll squirrel into a box. Like imagine there's a box and they'll yeah. So I just went through all the board games and the puzzles and just started throwing. It was like, I am done. I am done. Just tossed it. And I feel so much lighter. I got a bunch of stuff ready for Savers, Goodwill. Had sort of a sad moment when I was like, okay, we're done with the Lego table and we're done with this. And I don't want my kids to grow up. So felt some kind of big feelings with that, but I was also get out of the house. Woohoo. So that felt good. Okay, so first announcement. I want to do an announcement right now, and I'll do it again at the end. I had ordered 14 copies of my paperback of my book to bring to Florida. And the night before I flew out at 5 a.m. The night before, my suitcase broke. So I purposely packed a bigger suitcase. I paid to check my bag, which I never do, and the zipper ripped open, where it rips, and had a little bit of a meltdown, and then realized I couldn't bring the books to Florida. So I have a bunch of copies of these. And so I've never, I don't think, done this before. If you would like a copy of this, I will personalize it. So I clicked a link right there, $15, that includes shipping, USA only. This has the bonus chapter in it, which the bonus chapter is my most favorite thing that I've ever written. I always say that. And then I joke that like 3 people have read it because I didn't sell very many of my paperbacks. I will personalize it. So click the link. I put it on YouTube and Facebook. Click that link. I know it says hard copy, but you'll get the soft copy. Order this one and I will ship it to you. And then if you email me at findingcoopersvoice@gmail.com and say, I want to give this to my mom, or I want to give this to my teacher, Mary, or whoever, I will do that. So just throwing that out there. And Kristen, yes, if you want to just email me, Kristen Friend, if you want to just email me. Okay, I'll say that again at the end. Okay, things that I want to say to you right now. So, I think kind of hopping into like an autism topic that I think is hard to just kind of hop into, but if you relate, you relate, and if you don't, you can learn something. So, my son Cooper's 14. This is what he looks more like this right now, although he's lost 40 pounds and he's 5'6". I am telling you, he is like a man now. He looks like a man, except he's got the cutest little, squishy face. But I can't believe it. We just almost make eye to eye now. And we had a tough day last week. And what I always say about autism is when Cooper was younger, our hardest years were ages 4 to 8, 4 to 9-ish. And during those years, every day felt like this. It felt like there were these big highs and lows every single day. And that's why parents of younger autistic children, I think, are so tired, because every day they're in crisis. If you lived a life like mine, if you didn't, then I'm sorry, good for you, whatever. But like we lived crisis for a really long time. And the problem with living in crisis for so long is like you can never get your bearings and you just start to slowly go insane. But as Cooper's gotten older, the beautiful thing is that it feels like we have longer. Oh, thank you, Taylor. I can see Taylor Terry just ordered a book. Thank you. You get these longer periods, at least we do, of calm. And I know if you have the 5-year-old or the 6-year-old and you're like just like pulling your hair out, I used to get so annoyed when parents of older kids tell me that parts get better. They do. Some parts get harder, but some parts get easier. And so we have these longer periods of time now where it's good. But what I've noticed for us is now that we have these longer periods, when we have a hard day, it's a really hard day because it's bigger. It's 5'6", 150 pounds bigger. It's different. And so he had a really hard day at school last Monday. And I sort of just, to be so vulnerable, and, I've shared this with my supporters, I've been trying to make school work, or so daycare, preschool, school, ABA school. I've been trying to make it work for 14 years. I have. And I think for the first time ever, Cooper is in this like perfect place for him. I absolutely adore his teacher. I think that I love the school psychologist. I just love her. His para, her name is Katie. I don't know her at all. I've just met her once. And she said to me, she's like, oh, thank you, Lucy. Lucy, were you Lucy that was at the trunk or treat? I think that's you. His para, I only talked to her once or twice when I picked him up, and she's like, I've got Coop figured out. And I was like, yay. I mean, she just was so wonderful. But school is really hard. And it's interesting because when I share that, I feel like sometimes people want to be like, well, then he's in the wrong school, or they're not trying hard enough. No, that's not true. School just is hard. Hey, Lucy. School is just hard. And so for the first time ever on Monday, I had to pick him up at 10:30. And as I was driving there, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't know if any of you have ever felt that. If you have, can you just say me too so I know that I'm not alone? I was like, at some point, we have to factor in my mental health. And I cannot do this anymore. I cannot try to make this work. And I got there and, hey, Dana. And out comes Cooper. And he was like, do, 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 you know, oh, thank you, Cindy. He comes walking out. Oh, there's some friends that know. And I was like, dude, like, what's going on? Like, what is going on? And his teacher is just so wonderful. And he's like, Kate, we're not at the end yet. We're still trying. The only reason we called today is because he was having some pretty unsafe behaviors and we just didn't want him to get hurt. And I just said, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. I want it to work so bad. And so I kind of went through, we were driving home and I just went through every scenario in my head. I was like, do we try half days? Do we try middle of the school day, like a 10 to 2? Do we try every other day? Do I homeschool him? I just don't know. And it was interesting because his teacher was like, he just can't be motivated. And when he doesn't want to be there, there is just no motivating him. And that's been his whole life. It's yeah. And so there's just something I want to share with you. I'm trying to decide if I want to share it because it was really hard for me. I think I'm going to share it, but I'll finish the story. And so he had a great Tuesday, a great Wednesday, awesome Tuesday, awesome Wednesday. If we have really good days, we'll keep you on Friday and just trying to really motivate him. And